Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and gives this video a thumbs up. Grant Ellis was the star of The Bachelor season 29, but there were multiple indications that he was not prepared to take on the major role. Juliana Pasquarosa, a client service professional located in Massachusetts, and Lisha Gar, a Utah native with a strong personal connection to Grant, emerged as the clear frontrunners. As the weeks passed, cracks began to appear. Lisha's confession regarding her Mormon faith and marital expectations provided another layer of difficulty, but Juliana's undeniable magnetism prompted Grant to choose her in the end. The Bachelor 29 season finale was nothing short of sensational. After introducing both women to his family, Grant was conflicted, but not really. When it came time to make a final selection, he went with his heart and chose Juliana, surprising Lisha. Lisha's anguish was obvious when she finally confronted Grant for leading her on, a confrontation that continued into the after the final rose special. Grant could have avoided the disaster, but he wasn't prepared to play the lead part. Grant made Lisha and Juliana believe they were the one throughout the process, which is unfair. His acts triggered red flags when he told both competitors that he loved them. Lisha was taken aback when Grant selected Juliana in the end, despite his frequent promises of love and devotion. The tension rose during after the final rose, when Lisha confronted Grant about the mixed signals she got. She claimed she had no doubt she would be his final choice based on their chats, but he utterly surprised her. Meanwhile, Juliana expressed anxiety about Grant's commitment to their relationship. Grant's indecisiveness, emotional recklessness, and readiness to string two women along indicated that he was not prepared to be the Bachelor's lead. Despite the turmoil at the end, The Bachelor season 29 began slowly owing to Grant's failure to build significant connections at the start of the season. Producer intervention may have even influenced Grant's relationships, maybe creating drama rather than cultivating organic chemistry because he wasn't doing it on his own. Grant's heart never seemed to be fully engaged on the show. With such a slow start and no apparent frontrunners early on, Grant's season lacked the emotional weight that often defines a successful Bachelor journey, demonstrating he was not the best fit for the job. He appeared to close his eyes and select Juliana at random in the end. Grant's reputation has decreased since The Bachelor season 29. He surprised Lisha by choosing Juliana, although this pattern of action was not unique. Multiple participants, including Dina and Serafina, reported similar surprises from Grant. Grant's uncertainty has not helped him look like a wonderful guy, rather, he appears fake and incapable of making decisions. Grant's reputation may be tarnished following The Bachelor season 29, but only time will tell. Grant Ellis, the star of The Bachelor season 29, had the kind of charisma that initially made him a fan favorite. However, as the season progressed, it became increasingly clear that Grant was not prepared to take on the monumental role of leading the nation's most popular dating show. With a blend of charm and confusion, Grant's decisions left a trail of emotional wreckage, especially when it came to Juliana Pasquarosa and Lisha Gar, the two women who emerged as the clear frontrunners. At the start of the season, it was evident that Grant was struggling to connect with many of the contestants. While The Bachelor typically kicks off with intense chemistry and palpable romantic energy, Grant's journey felt sluggish and unremarkable. He didn't make any instant deep connections, which left the producers scrambling to generate drama. This slow start was disorienting to viewers and left the contestants questioning his sincerity. While there were moments of genuine interest, they felt few and far between. As the weeks went on, it became apparent that the show's producers had to step in and manufacture emotional moments, a move that only made Grant appear even more uncertain. Despite being the lead, he didn't seem entirely comfortable in the spotlight, and his inability to establish strong connections early on made it difficult for fans to get invested in his journey. As the season progressed, two women began to stand out as the clear frontrunners: Juliana Pasquarosa, the client service professional from Massachusetts, and Lisha Gar, the Utah native who had a personal connection to Grant's background. Lisha's Mormon faith and strong family values made her a perfect match in Grant's eyes, or at least that's what he convinced himself of at the time. Juliana, on the other hand, was magnetic. Her energy was infectious, and her emotional depth drew Grant in. There was an undeniable chemistry between the two, and viewers could feel the tension between them every time they interacted. Juliana's confidence and clarity in expressing her feelings only served to solidify her place in Grant's heart. However, that's where the complications began. Midway through the season, Lisha made a confession that would forever alter the trajectory of her relationship with Grant. In a heartfelt conversation, Lisha revealed her deep commitment to her Mormon faith and the significant role it played in her view of relationships and marriage. She spoke about the cultural expectations within her religion, emphasizing the importance of a traditional, lifelong commitment and the necessity of a strong spiritual connection before entering into marriage. Grant, who had no such ties to the Mormon community, struggled to fully understand the weight of her words. While he admired Lisha's conviction, the reality of her expectations began to hit him. His hesitation became more noticeable, and his difficulty in reconciling his feelings for her with the realities of their different faiths became apparent. Lisha, too, began to realize that her feelings for Grant might not be enough to overcome their differing worldviews. Still, she held on to hope, convinced that their connection was undeniable, and that perhaps they could make it work. Little did she know, Grant's heart was already becoming tangled in another direction. While Lisha was grappling with the complexities of her faith and her place in Grant's world, Juliana seemed to have a more direct path. She didn't come with any grand declarations about faith or deep familial ties. Instead, she focused on building a connection based on mutual respect, attraction, and a shared understanding of each other's lives. Their conversations were easy, and there was a natural flow to their relationship. However, as the weeks went by, Juliana began to question whether Grant was as committed to her as she was to him. She felt the weight of Grant's indecision and the fact that he was still keeping Lisha in the running. Every time Grant told her that he loved her, she found herself wondering if his words were genuine or just another piece of the puzzle. Despite her doubts, Juliana's pull on Grant remained strong. He was undeniably drawn to her, and yet there were moments when his uncertainty about the future surfaced. It was clear that Grant was still torn between his feelings for both women, leading him down a path of emotional confusion that was becoming harder to ignore. For now, Lisha emerges as the true winner in the eyes of many. Her ability to stand up for herself, demand accountability, and walk away with her self-worth intact made her an inspiration. Whether she becomes the next Bachelorette or finds love outside of the franchise, one thing is certain, she deserves a love story where she is the undeniable choice. Thanks for watching. If you likes this video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and do not miss any update.